Everyone is able to see my screen? Yeah, very good question. Are you going to teach us these tools in which perspective, developer or administrative? Yeah. So I'll be teaching in terms of developer perspective. Okay. I'll be teaching in terms of developer perspective with even admin related things also, but not pure administrative. It is in terms of developer things. So because I am a developer, okay. So see, this is a part of NASCOM module. Okay, this course is part of NASCOM module. And what are the tools that we're going to see? Okay, so these are the tools that you are going to study. Just see, just watch this. So then I'll go through this. We are going to study Git. We are going to study Jenkins, Docker, Datadog, AWS CloudWatch, JUnit, Mockito, JMeter. I'll tell you what is every tool. Okay, but I'm just giving the list of the tools that we're going to study. JMeter, Maven, Gradle, Jira, SonarQube, SLF4J, ELK, Heroku, Chef. Okay. So these are the tools that we're going to study. And of course, these tools are interlinked with Java development. Okay, mostly Java development. And for example, if you see JUnit, Mockito, JMeter, right? Maven, Gradle. These are mostly used in Java development projects. Okay. Then SonarQube, it's a code quality check. It can be used by any programming language. Similarly, ELK also. ELK itself is built on Java. I'll tell you what is this ELK. ELK is Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. I'll tell you that this tool also. Next, SLF4J is also Java logging library, right? So, and for example, if you see Git, so who will be using this Git? Development team, operations team, testing team. Okay. And I'll tell you what is Git actually, but here you can see Jenkins. Jenkins is used by development and operations team. Next, Docker is used by development and operations team. Datadog, development and operations team. AWS CloudWatch, development and operations team. JUnit, development team. Mockito, development team. JMeter, performance testing team. Maven, development team. Gradle, development team. Jira, development team, testing team, operations team, project management team. Okay, project managers are the where they manage the projects. Okay, so they will be using Jira. Next is SonarQube, development team. SLF4J, development team. ELK, development and operations team. Heroku, development operations, Chef operations team. So these are the tools that we are going to study in this course. So total how many tools? 16, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 tools. Okay. Okay. When I tell about Jira, you will be learning about Agile also. Okay. Agile methodology and all that. Okay. So, okay, just see these tools once, then I'll go to the what each and every tool on a high level, okay, on a high level. Then from tomorrow onwards, we'll take one tool, say, and one tool we'll take and we'll study, okay? Say like that, if you think on an average, say this course will take 2 months to complete, okay? So 2 months to complete, okay? Like, for example, 16 tools, right? So 16 tools, one tool on an average, say 3 to 4 days like that. But I'll be spending most time. I mean, some tools might take some additional time also. Like Git, I will be going in depth because Git is very important nowadays. Okay, Git and I'll go somewhat in depth. Docker. Okay, every tool I'll go in depth, but still to the core level I'll go to most of the tools, because after completing this course, definitely one thing I can tell you, that you will be perfect in all these tools. That is for sure. Actually, in your real-time projects, you can use these tools. Now, the next question is, I told 16 tools. These tools are used by so-and-so teams. But what is the use of this tool on a high level? That is the thing, right? Because some people might have heard about some of the tools. Some people don't know the tools at all, these tools. I mean, what I assume is at least the people who are in this session might be knowing at least some of the tools here, actually. Okay. So, but now we will be seeing what actually the thing. Okay. And one more thing is, some people even knew, they don't know who actually who are development team, who are operations team, who are testing team, right? So here I have written, see, development team is builds the application through code or programming, actually. Correct, right? Obviously, they're developers. Development team is nothing but developers, programmers who write the programs. Okay, that is development team. Next, operations team is the DevOps team, mainly. Who sets up the servers, okay, who does the CI/CD activities. This is called, see, in old days, we used to call, take the server, set up the server, deploy the code and everything. But in agile world, we do this CI/CD. Okay, you will be learning the CI/CD when I tell you about Jenkins. Okay, so Jenkins, you will be learning about CI/CD. Okay, so in agile world, we call CI/CD, which is called continuous integration and continuous deployment. Continuous deployment. Okay. So on testing team, who test? Testing team, they will actually test the functionality, right? I mean, whatever the programmer has developed the code, testing team will test the correctness, will identify any issues in the code or in the functionality where the development team has implemented. Testing team will test perfectly the application. And if there are any bugs or errors, they will report to the development team, so that development team will fix those issues. So that's what testing team does, right? And there is one more team in testing team separately, that is called performance testing team. They measure the performance of the application. Say you have written a code, so that code should perform, that when you execute that code, you should get the response from the code very fastly. Okay, so performance team, testing team tests the performance of the application, and if any slowness in the application or if any response is delayed, okay, then they will tell to development team that this application is performing slowly. And what development team will do? So they will see the code, which part of the code is taking more time of execution, or there might be sometimes there might be issue in the server also. The server capacity is less. The server capacity is not more. So that's why it is working, it is executing slowly. So performance testing issues might be the issues in the code or the issues in the server side also. Okay. So this is what testing team does. So testing team does the functional testing and testing team does the performance testing. Okay. Then who is the project management team? Okay. They manage the team and track the status of each team member in the team. Okay, and coordinate with the customer and ensure deliverable of the project is on time, right? So why we are seeing this, why we are studying these teams, because these tools in some other way, they are used by one team or multiple teams. So if you take Git is used by these teams. Okay, if you take Jira is used by all the teams: development team, testing team, operations team, project management team. Okay, like that. Now we will be seeing the order of the tools. I mean, order of the tools means in our course, I listed these 16 tools, right? But I will go with certain order. It is not this order. 16 tools I will cover, but not in this order. That is first session, which tool, second session, which tool, like that. So I'll be going with this. First order, second order, third order. Okay. Now you see. So now you see. So J unit. What is J unit? So I'll just give you a brief idea, but when we study the tools day by day, you will see the in-depth part of it. So J unit is used for writing unit test scripts in Java. Is used for writing unit test scripts in Java. What are unit testing again? I'll tell you. Okay, unit testing. Suppose developer will write the code. Okay, he has to test that part of the code is working perfectly or not. That is what we call unit testing. But you might ask, testing team also does the testing, right? What is the testing? That is a functional testing and performance testing. Testing team does not do unit testing. It is a development team who does the unit testing. And what is unit testing is, say developers, okay, will write some method. Say for example in Java, okay. Let us take in Java. So in Java, developers will write a method, will write a class, for example. They will write a method. Okay. That takes two inputs. Okay. Let us take two inputs. I'm just writing an example. Okay. Then okay. So this is a method return x plus y. Okay, this is a Java class and method. Now, unit testing is nothing but testing the methods or testing the pieces of the code. Say, for example, if you take this entire as a code, unit testing will test the parts of the code to ensure whether the code, or to check whether the code is working as expected. Okay, we'll test the parts of the code. For example, in Java, we test the method. We test the method. Say, for example, in this class, we have two methods, for example. Okay, so method 2. So this will take some int x, and this returns 2 times of x. So in Java, we write unit test to implement method to check if method 1 is working as expected, if method 2 is working as expected. So this is what we call unit testing. This is what we call unit testing. So to implement this unit testing in Java, we use a library called JUnit. So we use a library called JUnit. So library that is used for unit testing in Java. Unit testing in Java. Okay. So that is what JUnit actually. Okay, we are going to see that. Okay, in depth. Similarly, Mockito. What is Mockito? Used for mocking the object in unit test scripts. That means Mockito works with JUnit actually. Okay. See, we can write unit tests in two ways. So unit tests in Java can be implemented in two ways. Implemented in two ways. One, okay, JUnit without Mockito. Okay, JUnit with Mockito. Okay, so we are going to study this. So JUnit without Mockito, JUnit with Mockito. Okay, and what is Mockito is, I'll tell you. Okay, just wait. Okay, what is Mockito? I'll tell you. To know Mockito, first you should know JUnit, right? Then we can see Mockito. What is Mockito? Okay, so this is also with a kind of unit testing that integrates with JUnit. And what is Mockito? I'll tell you. Next, Maven. So we'll see in this order actually. Okay, so Maven. Maven is used for code build, making the code as an artifact that can be deployed to server. So like, say where we can, say for example, developers will write the code. Now they have to bundle the code. Say developers, so programmers will write, say 20 classes, 20 Java classes. Okay. Now they need to bundle, they need to compile these Java classes and package this and package as one jar. One jar. Okay. So for that, if you want to do that manually, it will be very difficult for us. So for that, if we use tools like Maven, okay, we can make this packaging, we can make this build and package easily. Okay, manually it will be very difficult to handle it. So we use tools like Maven to build this. Okay, so this is what Maven does. Next, SLF4J. So what is SLF4J? SLF4J is a logging library that is used in Java. Okay, so where we can log the, say for example, why we need logging. Okay, so logging is mostly to track the flow, to track the errors, any errors in the program. So that is what logging. And for that, SLF4J is one of the famous logging library. Okay, we use that. Next, Sonar Cube. What is Sonar Cube? Used to check the code quality. The code quality checks will be done. And what is code quality? Like, for example, you develop the code and you want to see how many bugs. Like Sonar Cube will determine the number of bugs or vulnerabilities in the code actually. Okay, it is what we call static code analysis. This is also called static code analysis tool. Okay, see for example, say Sonar Cube will detect errors like, for example, you are not closing the resources. In Java, you're written a file operation. Okay, so you did not close the file resources. You did not close it the file resources. Okay, so then Sonar Cube will tell the error where this error is. Okay, so those are all things. Okay, we'll see that. That is what we call static code analysis. Next, Gradle. What is Gradle? Gradle is alternate to Maven. So Gradle also does the same functionality as Maven, where it will build the classes and package the classes and everything. Okay. So So gradually, see, I'm just telling in a high level now, but when we study the each and every tool, we'll go in depth of the tool. Okay. I'm just giving what is what now in this session. Okay. Next, JMeter. JMeter is used for performance testing, where you want to track the request response, how much time the code has executed, how much time the application has executed. Suppose I'll be sending a request to an application. Let us take, you have developed a web application. Okay, you are sending some request to the web application. How much time it has taken to get the response from that application. So that is what JMeter does, right? And then Git. What is Git? Git is used for source code repository. You will write the code, right? All your Java code or .NET code or Python code, all that code you have to store somewhere. So that source code repository, that storage of that source code is your program. Source code is what? Your program. Okay, that is called Git actually, where you will be storing that all the source code in a storage area or repository is called Git actually. And with Git, we have so many functionalities. Okay, we'll be seeing that. And then Jenkins. What is Jenkins? It is used for continuous builds and deployments. Okay, I was telling you, right? DevOps does these activities. Like they build the code and then they deploy the code. What do you mean by deployment? Copying the build file to the server. So those are called Jenkins actually. Okay. Say for example, developer has written a code. Okay. So developer has written a code. Let us take a Java code and checked in or committed to Git repository. Okay, because finally this Java code should be stored in the Git, because Git repository is a storage area, right? Okay, and committed to Git repository. Developer has written a Java code and committed to Git repository. Okay, now what Jenkins will do it? Jenkins will take the Java code from Git repository. Okay, then execute Maven task. Okay, what does Maven task does? What does Maven tool? I told you, right? Maven will take the code, compile the code, build the code, everything. Okay, then execute Maven task for building the code. That is packaging the code to jar file. Okay, so this is what we call continuous integration. Now, copying the jar file to server is called continuous deployment. Continuous deployment. Okay. Copying the jar file to server is called continuous deployment. So continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay. And these two tasks are performed by Jenkins. Okay. These two tasks are performed by Jenkins. So we'll be studying Jenkins also, used for continuous builds and deployments. Okay. Next, Jira. What is Jira? Used for project tracking. Okay. So I'll be telling you this. For example, you developed a project, and okay, there are so many tasks associated with the projects. So you have to schedule. Your project manager will be assigning the tasks to the team people, developers and testers. So they have to update the status of their daily activities. Okay. So for that status tracking and everything, Jira is used actually. Okay. Next, Docker. What is Docker? It is used for building the containers. Okay. Docker is used for containers. And I'll tell you what is containers and all that. Mainly this is used in DevOps. Okay. DevOps. Okay. Mainly used in DevOps and microservices. Okay. I will tell you. Okay. Then what is ELK? Used for centralized logging. And what is ELK? See, E means Elasticsearch. L means Logstash. K means Kibana. Okay, centralized logging. What do you mean by logging? Logging means I told here SLF4G is logging, right? But centralized logging is different. This will be coming only from one application. Okay, but centralized logging is logging from multiple applications. Multiple applications or microservices. Okay, microservices. Okay, the logs from all these applications or services, are stored in one central storage. Okay, this is what. Next, what is a Datadog? Datadog, again, this is also used for centralized logging, alternative to ELK. So Datadog alternative ELK. Okay, we'll be studying both. Like how Maven alternative Gradle is there, right? Like that alternative. And you might think, if one tool is there, why another tool is required? So there are advantages, disadvantages. Okay, ELK has some disadvantages where Datadog is fulfilling that. Similarly, Maven has some disadvantage where Gradle is fulfilling those, like that. Okay, like that. Next, AWS CloudWatch. Okay, this is used for resource monitoring in AWS Cloud. Okay, in AWS Cloud, we'll be using this. Next, Heroku is managed server in the cloud. Okay, this will also see this. And Chef is DevOps tool used for resource provision. So these are the different tools that we are going to study. And this is actually a 2 months course. And by the end of the course, you will be knowing all the practicals of this. So you will get good understanding of these tools. Now you tell, how many of you are willing to know each and every tool listed in this? Or how many of you know some tools? Or how many of you don't know any tool? Or how many of you know all the tools? Good. Good. Actually, willing to learn all of them. Okay, very good. Okay. So the prerequisite of these tools, right? The prerequisite of these tools, for some of the tools, if you see, previous tools is, for some of the tools like JUnit, Mockito, Maven, Gradle, okay, SLF4J, okay, basics of Java are required. Because these tools we are going to use in Java programs, because we use these tools in the Java programs. Okay. Okay, just the basics. Okay, just like this, as I told you, right? You should know writing class methods. and all that. And every day we'll have class 1 hour. Every day we'll have class 1 hour. Every day we'll have class 2 to 3 p.m. Okay? No Sundays. No Sundays. See, I am a Java person. In this batch, who might have attended my old sessions? Anyone there from my old batch? Okay, so they might be knowing that I'm a Java person. Okay, so that's why I'll explain these tools. See, any of these tools will be running. This for this Java should be there compulsory, but other tools also. For example, to use this tool compulsory, I'll be using Java as an example and tell from Java how we can do centralized logging using this tool. For Docker also, I'll build a Java program application or a small microservice and then deploy that using Docker. So somehow I'll be using Java programming only to demonstrate the usage of all these tools. Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll be studying what are this order. We'll go with this order. So J unit tomorrow will start. So next Mockito, Maven, SLF4J. So like that, we'll cover all these tools. So those who are interested to learn these tools, attend my batch regularly. Okay. And definitely I'll tell you, these tools are very important in your daily activities. And I'll tell you, there are some jobs, those who don't know programming also, even if they know even if they know these tools, some of these tools, there are jobs for this. There are only jobs to manage these tools, to work on these tools, even if they're not perfect in the programming also. Okay, if you're perfect in the programming and then have these tools, then you are the king of your project. There is no offline session for this class. It is complete online. Course charge, I don't know. You have to check with management. So now you tell how many of you are interested to learn these tools? Good, good. Good, very good. Yes, you can use these tools in Apex Code, Salesforce also. Like you can use Git, you can use Maven, you can use SLF4J. Some of the tools you can use in Apex Code in Salesforce. Yes, correct. Very good. No, there will not be class on Sunday, only till Saturday. Okay. About me, okay, I told right. So I'm having 20 plus years of IT experience. Okay, I started my first job in the year 2002. So in the year 2002, I started my first job. So 20 years of experience I have. Yes, I know Telugu. I'm a Telugu person only, but the medium of instruction for this class is English because there are people who are from different states. So I'll be telling in English only. All these tools I will only be teaching. Okay. Okay then. So tomorrow onwards, we'll start the class at 2 p.m. Then we'll be studying the first tool. So we'll be studying our first tool, which is called JUnit. So we'll be studying first tool called JUnit. Okay, any questions you can type here. I'll ask the question. I'll read the question and then I'll answer it. And notes also I'll provide you. Okay, notes also once you get the Google Classroom link. Okay, I'll take that from admin and I'll upload you the running notes, all the material in the Google Classroom, so that you can download the notes and you can read it. I'll be telling each and every tool when I tell you how to download that and how to use in your system, everything I'll tell you. No, this course doesn't cover Spring MVC or Spring JDBC or microservices. That is again a different batch. Okay, actually that is the batch which I used to take. Okay, till last batch. So Spring MVC microservices. Okay, now this tools batch is second batch for me. Spring MVC batch I'll be taking not now, but after completing this batch I might be, or next month I'll start. Okay, Spring MVC, Spring microservices. But this course is not related to that. Yes, this is a NASCOM certified course. See, Splunk you will not be studying. In place of Splunk, you will be studying ELK and Datadog. Okay, because ELK and Datadog has more features. On Putty, anyhow, you will be studying as part of using these Dockers or deployments. At the time, we'll be using Putty. For Putty, there is no separate tool to be studied. It is a small minor tool. All right, then. No questions. Then tomorrow, 2 p.m. sharp. 2 p.m. sharp. We'll start this J unit. Okay. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.